Hi, I'm Chef Jeff Trombetta from Norwalk Community College in Connecticut, and today I'm going to show you how to make an asparagus goat cheese terrine. So we have our goat cheese, which is about a half of a log, a good 4 ounces, and we're going to take gelatin. This is granulated gelatin, and this is 1 envelope. I'm going to save some, and right now we're just blooming the gelatin. Blooming the gelatin, you bloom it in cold water, so it will solidify. As a matter of fact, 1 envelope essentially does about a cup of liquid. So it's, it's a little bit of cream and it's solid goat cheese, so you have to estimate. So that's blooming. That takes about 5 minutes. When I say bloom, it means swell. So the gelatin granules have to swell. They have to absorb the water, and it actually becomes kind of rubbery. So here we have our gelatin. It's bloomed. It's absorbed the water. It's a little rubbery. And what we're going to do is we're going to heat up some cream, and now we have to melt the gelatin. What we have to do is we have to warm our cream, and I like to reduce it a little bit too. So we'll bring that up to a boil. Not a lot of cream, because remember, we only have 4 ounces of goat cheese. So we'll take our bloom gelatin, we'll put it right in there. Gelatin melts very quickly, really at about 110 degrees, 120 max. I want to bring the cream to a boil. I'll take a whisk, and I'll just kind of dissolve it. This is my cream mixture with the gelatin. Boil down a little bit. Make it smooth, but don't make it too loose. If you're making a bigger batch, you would do this in a mixer. And as long as you're mixing it, so add some herbs, add some diced red pepper. Okay, that'll bring some brilliance and freshness to your goat cheese. Now we hit it with a little bit of black pepper for seasoning, a little bit of kosher salt, not too much, because there's a salt content in the goat cheese. So let's assemble this. Lay it in there, and we're going to push it down. And you can see that I have plastic wrap, because it's not going to come out of this little terrine nicely. It's going to stick, so I can lift it out with the plastic wrap. Sometimes use a little water. I have a nice little offset spatula, and I dip it in water, kind of help spread the goat cheese. This is a nice tight mix. This is going to slice nice, I could tell. So what we have is the asparagus, and they're blanched. When I mean blanched, they're part cooked. Do not put raw asparagus in your terrine, please. Okay, so blanch them, boil them, chill them down with some cold water, and now they're pliable. And I put the asparagus tips going different directions, alternating the tips from one end to the next. Get it tight. Now you could use the asparagus to push it down to make sure my terrine is nice and tight. If you recall, I held back on some of the granulated gelatin that was in the envelope. And what I'm doing is I'm sprinkling this on top of the asparagus. And then I'm going to cover it with the rest of the goat cheese, cream, and gelatin spread. This ensures the bond. It'll set up pretty quickly. We're going to put the top on there, bury the asparagus, and so they'll have a nice inlay. So this is going to look like this. I inlaid the asparagus, and there you have the asparagus running through the terrine. You can see the specks of red pepper and herbs. So, and you can see how firm the asparagus terrine is. I'm holding it up with a spatula, and it's not breaking. So the terrine is softening up, which is good, because it shows me it's not rubber, but it also shows me it's still holding its shape, because it's been out at room temperature. And I'm just going to put a little microgreens. These are all sorts of shoots. Field greens or mesclun lettuce pack is this, except baby. They're not inexpensive, so obviously you don't have to do this, but I think it makes for a nice presentation. The hearts of romaine lettuce are so underestimated, but I think they're pretty too. So I want to give this a little back border. I'm making a garden for you, yeah. Don't laugh. Let's put our whole wheat, because what's cheese without crackers or croutons? I just cut them up and toasted them. So we have our presented terrine, but presentation is important, but the real proof is in the taste. Good balance. Crust from the whole wheat crouton, nice vegetable flavor from the asparagus, creamy, slightly acidic taste, good texture from the goat cheese. I'm Chef Jeff Trombetta from Norwalk Community College in Connecticut. And remember, it's just good cooking.